The echinacea finally popped out. Oh, look at all these blooms we're gonna have. I love it. Hi everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row.
I'm Christopher. I'm Elijah.
And today we're going to talk about potatoes. It's one of the biggest crops on our farm. It actually gets us through the winter. And if you are looking to not starve, plant potatoes. Potatoes they give you more calories per acre than any other food that you can plant. They are super important. Crazy easy to plant. That is why I let these two do it. The stuff that's hard, I do. The stuff that's easy, they're getting themselves their green thumb by planting potatoes. So today we're gonna go over a little bit about, so first of all, I wanna say it's wise to do seasonal planting. We have a first flush that we do in spring so that we actually like live off of that bed like through the growing season. And then we have a second flush that we plant, and that's gonna be for what we harvest for, you know, to get us through the winter. So let's head over and we're gonna watch Elijah plant some potatoes. So Elijah, this is like just normal ground. This is in between our berry rows and the plum tree that you see over, let's see, where's that at? Right here. So we have had to turn over more ground. We don't till, so he's using the broad fork. Typically we would, the fall before or even the summer before, we would lay down cardboard, wood chips, and manure to get the ground ready, but we didn't know we were going to be doing this. So we have the broad fork going, and then he will utilize the shovel to actually get it fine. I want to show you how fine Elijah can get this soil. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but that was not done with a tiller. That was just an amazing row put in. Whoops. That was an amazing row put in, and it is extremely fine. And he did that with his hands. Okay, so Elijah has a stick over here showing where he has already planted. And I just want to point out, by the way, I have to show this. If anyone can see this, it is another Crooked Row. Yes. There's a reason why we are called Crooked Row. But so Elijah has a stick there to show where he has already planted. So that whole row is planted. Right here, he is turning over the soil, and every 12 inches, he is putting in a potato. Now, we normally cut our potatoes with a few eyes on them. I believe we have a video on that. Maybe we don't. Maybe we need one. But these potatoes are, Elijah, show me your potatoes. So they are beautifully sprouted, but there isn't, here, let me show. There isn't enough eyes on this to cut the potato. So you want 2 to 3 eyes on one side, and then wherever you're gonna cut, you want 2 to 3 eyes on the other. Well, this one has one really good eye. Actually, I think that's 2. So we're gonna leave it as a whole potato. But if you are interested in knowing how to make your harvest bigger by cutting potatoes, let me know, and next year we'll go ahead and we'll do a potato cutting video. So here we go. Here goes Elijah. So Elijah has his potato in the ground. He's gonna put a little bit of, we typically use biotone fertilizer. We're out of biotone right now, and it is so hard to get at this point in the season. So we just put some tomato tone on it. You can use, so there is differing opinions on potatoes are heavy feeders. No, they're not heavy feeders at all. I'm not sure, so I always go ahead and fertilize. So we fertilize each hole, and then he'll just take that loose soil that he loosened and cover it up, and literally you're done. I mean, it is that easy. And each plant should give you like 4 or 5 good sized potatoes. So he's just gonna go on and he's gonna start on the next one. Actually, Elijah, that's, yeah, too much of a hole. You wanna plant them about 12 inches apart and about 6 inches deep. So here are our potato beds. You see here, this bed here, I think that's about 8 rows, and it's about 40 feet long. So here is our potato field or plot or whatever you want to call it. So this green right here, that is our spring planting. It's about 8 40-foot rows, and Christopher right now is working on hilling them. I'll show you that in a second. But as far as seasonal planting goes, we go ahead and we plant that first initial potato bed so that we can eat it throughout the summer and the fall. And then you see right here this kind of L-shaped, this patch here. This is part of our fall garden. Elijah was also digging up a row, and then we have a few more rows at another place in the garden, and that is our big fall crop that we will actually store for winter. So it helps to do that, gang, because if you plant it all at once and harvest it all at once, then you're gonna struggle with, you know, rotted potatoes, and it's a lot of maintenance, and we don't have a cellar, and we don't have a basement, and we don't have all of these things that people have. So we have to figure out ways to help us eat, because you know, again, potatoes are a huge crop on the farm. So Christopher right now, he is over here and he is hilling, and we're going to walk over to him and he can show you how to hill up a potato plant.
So around the time that your potatoes are 8 to 12 inches tall, you're going to want to start hilling them so that they'll produce more potatoes in the hill and you'll just get a better yield overall. We missed that window, so we're going to go ahead and try and do it now and see if we can repair kind of what we didn't do, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hilling is really a super simple process. All you do is you come to the base of the plant, you dump your dirt, and you want to make sure your plant stays sticking as straight up as possible so that it grows correctly. Get plenty of sunlight. You can go ahead, any leaves that are down too low, just go ahead and bury them. It doesn't really matter. They will poke back through as quickly as they can. And you want to mound it until just like the top part of your plant is still sticking up.
And guys, there is pest pressure you can actually see on these plants. I haven't seen any Colorado potato beetle, but it sort of to me looks like aphids, which is quite possible because we have a huge influx of ladybugs this year. So this takes quite a bit of dirt. You can also use straw or wood chips, whatever you have on hand, whatever is easy for you. And like Christopher said, these will produce even if we don't hill them. We just want to get the biggest bang for our potato buck. So here is these hilled up. There are some people who even do a second hilling. It depends on your variety and things like that and what you're after. So there you have it. We are in the throes of our potato planting. Potatoes are super easy. It depends what type of yield you want, like I said already. But if you want to do a crop that's easy, don't you guys think that potatoes are it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, totally are it.
Huge yield.
Yeah, the very big yield. Again, it's calories. I know that we're America and we're always on diets and everybody's in low carb, but with grocery prices soaring, I think that this is probably one of the best crops that you can have so that you and your family can make it through the winter. And it is not expensive and it's not hard. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. And remember,
if we can plant potatoes, anybody can.
Bye.